You make a man on a fuzzy tree. My friends say I'm being wild as a bug. I'm in love, I'm all shook up. Well, please don't ask me what's on my mind. I'm a little mixed up, but I'm feeling fine. So we've got this triad plus the added 6, that's fret 5 low E string, fret 4 A string, fret 7.
Volcano when it's hot, I'm proud to say that she's my buttercup. I'm in love, I'm all shook up.
Well, bless my soul, what's wrong with me? You make a man on a fuzzy tree. My friends say I'm being wild as a bug. I'm in love, I'm all shook up. Well, my hands are shaking and my knees are weak. I can't seem to stand on my own 2 feet. Who do you think I'm when you have such love? I'm in love, I'm all shook up. Well, please don't ask me what's on my mind. I'm a little mixed up, but I'm feeling fine. When I need a girl that I love the best, my heart beats so it scares me to death. When she touches my hand, what a chill I got. Looks like a volcano, it's hot. I'm proud to say that she's my buttercup. I'm in love, I'm all shook up. Well, my tongue tied when I try to speak. My inside just shaking like a leaf on a tree. There's only one cure for this body of mine. It's to have that girl that I love so fine. Well, she touching my hand, what a chill I got. The lips are like a volcano, it's hot. I'm proud to say that she's my buttercup. I'm in love, I'm all shook up. I'm all shook up. So let's talk you through the chords and shapes used in this tune. So we've got this triad plus the added 6, that's fret 5 low E string, fret 4 A string, fret 7 A string, and fret 4, that's that walk-in riff. An A major chord potentially. If you're going to use that, you can sometimes finger it 1, 2 and 3, or 3, 2, 3 and 4, or even with a bar if you're adding that 6 in. So this is a D chord. Pay attention to the thumb again, is blocking, muting that low E string. So we can happily strum 5 of the 6 strings. I'm including the open A string, that's the 5th, so it's a fairly neutral note. I'm not going to tend to perceive the D chord then as a D over A is fine, rather than a D over the open E is not so good. So thumb muting that open E. An E chord, all string sounding, so that thumb comes out of the way. We've got this C form dominant chord. The shape is moved up, so this is a C note, so is this in the C shape. We've got the added flat 7 on the G string at 3rd fret, and then this chord is used as a form. We mute the outside string, so we're not playing low E and high E. we're muting that with the thumb coming round and that first finger slightly tilting, and then we can use this as a movable form. So we're moving that up to D. Use third finger, as you've got on the C form there. Third finger is your reference root point, or finger 1. We'll focus on this D here at 5th. So we've got D7. Don't forget, no outside strings, so they need to be muted. We'll be playing A, D, G, and B strings, and then we use that again. You can sound the open strings when you get to E, because obviously they have a low E and a higher E. So if you want to make use of that, then you can, but make sure they're blocked. You don't really need them. Block them off, mute them. So we've also got this E form dominant chord. It's play a major chord, lift your pinky off. If you finger it with fingers 2, 3 and 4, you say finger 1, 2, move up and play bar chords. If that's new to you, might struggle with this a little, but we're barring and taking pinky off. That flats the 7 to flat 7 there on the D string at fret 5, which is a G note, flat 7 of A, and we're going to use the 13th here on the B string at fret 7, moving to the flat 7, which is at fret 8, so 6 or 13th, moving to flat 7 and back down within the chord. So that occurs on the bridge section. Well, please don't ask me what's on my mind. It comes here when it comes back to 8. I'm a little mixed up, but I'm feeling fine. I've just added that in because it's a nice little embellishment on there. You don't have to play it, you can just play the straight A7 chord. We've also got this 13th chord that I use on the end, often used as an ending in a jazzy sort of jazzy ending on a rock and roll tune. I'm playing root, finger 1, fret 5, low E string. Flat 7th is at the 5th fret. I've said the numbers again are intervals, but I'll talk you through the fret numbers. 5, 5, that's the root and flat 7 there with fingers 1 and 2. The third, that's the third of the chord, is at fret 6 on the G string, and then the 13th is at fret 7 on the B string, and the 9th underneath it also at fret 7. So you've got fret numbers 5, 5, 6, 7, 7. You're missing the A string, we don't play it, and it's difficult not to mute that, so you don't need to overthink it. It will naturally mute with the angle of finger 1 coming across it. Yeah, jazzy sounding chord for the ending. Don't have to play that, you know, it's not exactly a beginner chord, but give it a go if you like the sound of it. So let's start by taking a look at the riff. I'm going to be using finger 2 at fret 5 to start. So what I mean by finger 2 is, if we number the fingers of the left hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, or we call it the fretting hand because you may well be left-handed and using your right hand. So pinky is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm going to be using finger 2 at fret 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, easy to find on the low E string. So I'm then going to use finger 1 at fret 4. So get a little close up on that so you can see exactly where I am in a mo. And then pinky at fret 5. So we've got this triad sound. It's really outlining a major sound, a major chord, an A major chord. So the A and 6, so triad 1, 3, 5, and then the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the scale added. Instead of that riff, you could just play a straight A major chord. I'm just going to bar across D string, G string and B string, sounding open A string, mute low E string by wrapping that thumb round, so we can then strike the chord. The high E string is also mute with the side of finger 1 as you bar across. Yeah, it's difficult to try and get it to sound. So you should find it easy to mute the high E string. And then you can add that 6 in. There's the 6 there, fret 4 on the D string. So you can sort of get a same sound because you've got the major chord and then the add 6. You've got the world bless my soul, what's wrong with me? I'm rich and I've got in. just by adding that 6 in if you wanted to do it that way. The verse is pretty much outlining the downbeat. We've got a 2-bar intro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, and then we sing over this riff for 6 bars. 7 is stop with 8, and then bars 9 and 10, D chord to an E chord, and then 11 and 12 vamp this riff again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4, 9, 2, 3, 4, 10, 2, 11, 12. So as you come out of the verse for the bridge part, last bar 12, it moves to the D7 for an 8-bar section for the bridge. 2, 3, 4, please don't ask me what's on my mind. I'm a little mixed up, but I'm feeling fine. Wish she asked me who I love the best. My heart beats so it scares me to death. Well, back to the start. Okay, for your 3rd verse or whatever, should get you through it. So knowing those chord forms, go back to the chord section and look at the fingerings for those chords if you're having any trouble. We're going to really get a good feeling of time as soon as you sort of find where the notes live. I'm going to try and get a sort of walking feel. So we're going to tap our foot at a medium pace and play 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 beats in the bar. The riff is 1 bar long. So you might feel straight away that feels a little sterile compared to the original version. The reason for that is because you're not really getting a swing feeling in there. Swing comes from putting an feeling, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. Think of Elvis when you're doing that. Oh, a 2, a 3, a 4. Remind yourself exactly what we should be doing and trying to get a good feeling into the music, not just put our fingers on the strings and make a noise. The feeling in music is everything. So, always think of it like that. If the energy and the feeling is not good in the music, doesn't matter how many notes you're playing or fancy chords or whatever. If it's not coming across well, then you're failing. So it doesn't matter. It's not really about note count or speed or anything like that. It's about the feeling in the music. So to get a good feeling into this, we want that swing. So a good way of doing this is kind of like the old double bass players did in jazz and rock and roll, still doing. And not just there's young ones doing it as well. Not just the old, but I think in old rock and roll records like this, where they would slap and then play the slap, making noise on the. So you get that 1, a 1, a 2, a 3, and you can hear that sort of scuffy. You've got to do it on every single note, but it gives a good feeling to create a swing feel when you're just playing 4s like that, because obviously 1 straight 4 is not really, it sounds a bit square. Makes me want to sing it in a kind of slightly straight way. Well, bless my soul, what's wrong with me? Playing the staccato as well, cutting the notes. But you get the idea. It's a bit sterile and a bit naff. So we want to get that good feeling, swing. So you want to practice that. It really is all about mute. You need to make sure when you're hitting the note, you're not thinking of playing the individual notes precisely. You're muting so you can play one single note and pretty much bash the guitar. You'll hear that in funk a lot. It's a kind of Hendrix thing as well. Jimi Hendrix. You're really strumming the guitar. It sounds a lot more weighty than. Sounds a lot more weighty when you're strumming, and that's quite challenging thing to do, to make sure all the other notes might be something you can start practicing. Make sure you've got the control over that sort of on-off, and that's important with open chords as well. We can cut, we either bring the right hand in and mute when we that on-off, not just everything ringing all the time unless we want it. So when we play, see the left hand is doing this little twitchy sort of pump. Left-hand mute technique involves lifting the fretted notes but staying in contact with the string, so you create a dead muted sound. We also tilt to deal with the open strings, and that's where that sort of pumping twist of the wrist comes from. See players doing that. We're lifting the fretted notes, and then we're coming into contact with open strings with the thumb and first finger there. So effectively I'm deadening the open strings that are in the E form there, open E, B and high E, via that twist of the wrist, and I'm deadening those strings. I mean, you could just kind of think, well, I could do that, but you don't want to go to that. You just want that little quick off button, because when we're doing it quickly, we want to be able to sort of do that, and you need to do that with all chords. You know, if you're playing a D chord, for instance, you don't just want to be able to have it ringing out non-stop. You want to be able to sort of lift it, tilt. So sometimes it's easier to just use a mute bar across the strings. So I'm muting the low E string there to get the D string ringing out nicely, but instead of tilting and trying to deal with the higher strings, I just simply reached over for a bar, a mute bar. Okay, so some good tips on how to get the most from your chords. It can't sound naff, like I said, just to keep an open string ring, open strings all the time. You know, we love that sound. That's part of the appeal of open chords, but it can sound a little bit over the top if that's a non-stop feature of your playing. We can get that contrast between open and we can use volume dynamics to play with that, so we can get a lot out of one chord in a kind of in terms of expression. Volume dynamics, and we've got that staccato, cut and legato sound, which is an open. And that's really just playing one chord. And there's a lot going on. Trying to demonstrate some important aspects of articulation when we're playing. It's not just about playing the notes. We really want to get a good feeling via this control over the chords, you know. So let's do the first melody nice and slow first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, bless my soul, what's wrong with me? I'm itching like a man on a buzzard tree. My friends say I'm acting wild as a bug. I'm in love, I'm all shook up. So we get a chance there by playing the notes, yay, yay, to perfect, yay, yay. If you learn the notes, melody notes for any song on your guitar, then you'll be able to sort of piece a version together slowly like that. Well, bless my soul. And then try it independently. Try the riff and sing it. Well, bless my soul. Just go over that section. Bless my soul. And piece it together. Well, bless my soul. What's wrong with me? Reaching like a man on a fuzzy tree. My friends say I'm getting wild as a bug. I mean, love, I'm all shook up. Yeah. You should be able to confidently sing it a cappella after you've sort of plugged into it. What I mean by plug into it, it's not plugging into your amp, it's plugging into, getting your head in that melody and training your vocal cords. Keep going over the line, get the pitch in your ear, and then approximate that pitch slowly. Slightly more challenging bridge part on that. So we've got this part where it moves to the D7 chord. Well, please don't ask me what's on my mind. I'm a little mixed up, but I'm feeling fine. When she asks me who out of the best, my heart beats so it scares me to death. Well, she touching my hand, etc. So we're going to look at that section there because it's the verse part obviously we looked at, and the second verse, third verse are pretty much the same thing melody wise, just a slight variation on that. Can you hear that bend in there? So we need to practice singing that, a little bit of a intricate phrase maybe. Well, please don't ask me what's on my mind. And try that over the chord. Well, please don't ask me what's on my mind. I'm a little mixed up. Goes back to the A chord there. But let's try that melody slowly a few times. Comes in on beat 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Well, please don't ask me what's on my mind. Need to slow that down, make sure you can get that phrase. Well, please don't ask me what's on my mind. Well, please don't ask me what's on my mind. Feel that pitch rising. Get your voice to do that. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Well, please don't ask me what's on my mind. I'm a little mixed up, but I'm feeling fine. So let's try that section completely. A bit more of a challenge. 1, 2, 3. Well, please don't ask me what's on my mind. I'm a little mixed up, but I'm feeling fine. When she asks me who I love the best, my heart beats so it scares me to death. Not sure that was great, but you get the idea. Try it with the chords. Move the chords from D7 back to the A with that added 13 flat 7. I'm doing that with the pinky when it comes back to the A chord. I'm adding my pinky at fret 7 to fret 8, which on the A would be the 6 to the flat 7 back, and then back to D, and it moves up. That's C form. Make sure you're muting the outside strings. Talk about that now. Play this through firstly for you though. 1, 2, 3. Well, please don't ask me what's on my mind. I'm a little mixed up, but I'm feeling fine. When she asks me who I love the best, my heart beats so it scares me to death. Well, she touching my hand. What did you like? So you want to practice those, just loop one little section. My heart beats so it scares me to death. My heart beats so it scares me to death. Practice that scares me to death. practice that so you can get yourself feeling confident to tackle it. You know, don't forget when you're playing just that one little bit, singing it, you know, it's one chance really to nail it in the whole tune. So you want to go over it and feel confident. You don't want to be feeling like that's a, you know, a big fence to jump when you come in to think like that thing, you know, to playing through something and think, oh no, here comes that crazy riff or solo or whatever. You're going to nail pads, so you want to just feel good about it. The way to do that is just to keep looping sections, go over this section and just work on this, you know. Hours and hours can be spent just on a few bars of music, you know, sometimes months and even years. It sounds sad, but it's true. I've done it lots of times, you know, working hard at trying to sound good in different ways on tunes. So, okay, what else have we got? We've got the, you know, repetition of the second verse then, and an ending basically. You've got slightly different lyrics there with the repetition of past, you know, verses, and you know, it's different about that on that section, but you know, it's pretty much it.
Well, bless my soul, what's wrong with me? I'm itching like a man on a fuzzy tree. My friends say I'm acting wild as a bug. I'm in love, I'm all shook up. Yeah. Well, my hands are shaky and my knees are weak. I can't seem to stand on my own 2 feet. Who do you think of when you have such luck? I'm in love, I'm all shook up. Yeah. Well, please don't ask me what's on my mind. I'm a little mixed up, but I'm feeling fine when she asks me who I love the best. My heart beats so it scares me to death. When she touching my hand, what a chill I got. Her lips are like a volcano when it's hot. I'm proud to say that she's my buttercup. I'm in love, I'm all shook up. Yeah. Well, my tongue is tied when I try to speak. My insides are shaking like a leaf on a tree. Well, there's only one cure for this body of mine. That's to have that girl that I love so fine. When she touching my hand, what a chill I got. Her lips are like a volcano when it's hot. I'm proud to say that she's my buttercup. I'm in love, I'm all shook up. Yeah. I'm all shook